What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the channel. Check out this dragon fruits cutting out. What am I doing with dragon fruits in Northern Virginia Zone 7? Well, I'm starting a dragon fruit project and I'm going to plant it in ground next year. So I want to share with you guys today how to germinate these dragon fruits cutting to get it to roots, and this is the fastest way and the easiest way that I found. So before we do that, if I can ask you guys to hit the like and the subscribe button, it will help the channel out a lot and I really appreciate it. And also check out the merch store in the description below. So before we do it, what you're gonna need is a heat mat, right? And a cup of water, and that's all you need. So why do we need a heat mat? Is because that dragon fruit, it's a tropical plant, right? And they love heat. So this is the most important thing to get it to root, is a heat mat. If you're doing this in the summer, it's okay. Where the degree is outside is like 80 degrees outside, and that is like the perfect temperature right there to germinate dragon fruits. Alright? So before we do that, when you got your dragon fruit, whether you get it from a friend or you order online from eBay or Etsy or whatever, so what you're gonna do is that once you get it, right, take a knife, okay, and make an angle cut, okay, like this. So make sure you cut the right way. So you can see right here, there's a node up here. That's where the thorn is, and it's over like this. So cut on the bottom of the cutting. And then what you want to do is cut like a 45-degree angle. Well, first you want to snip it off, do a cut around of the flesh like this, right? Because within the middle of the dragon fruit stem is that there is like a hard piece of wood in there. And you don't want to cut through that. You just want to make an insertion and just run around it, right? And once you get that, you just want to break it off, all right? Like that. Okay, and then what you want to do is cut the angle up here on each of the wings. Like the 3 wings, just cut like a 45 angle, like that. Okay. Afterward is that let this thing sit for a week or 2 and let it callus up. And you want this to dry. So that's the important part as well. You want to let it callus up so that way it's gonna try to heal itself. You don't want to plant it right away because it's gonna encourage rotting faster. So when it callus up, it's gonna look like this. You got the stem all dried up. So I let this thing sat around like in a warm area like for 2 weeks. And it's gonna get like that. So what you do next is that once this thing is callus up, all you need is a cup of water, and make sure just to pour like 2 inches of water, that's it. You don't need a lot, all right? And then just put it in and let it sit like that, like so, okay? And submerge it under there. So all you need to do after this is just set this on a heating mat, and the heating mat is in the description below. You guys can check it out. It's pretty cheap. It's like 10 bucks a piece. That's why I got it. So you want to leave this on the heating mat for a week until you see rooting start to come out. So keep leaving it on until you see a lot of roots. All right. So here you guys, I have different stage of dragon fruit that's in. So here I have one experiment is that I did not cut off the flesh, right? But I let this thing callus. I don't see any roots coming out yet, and this thing been sitting here for like 3 weeks now, and there's nothing on it. So it takes longer if you don't cut it off. All right, so here is this one. So within the first week or so, you should see some roots coming out, like a small tiny roots like that, right? Okay, and then this is like more than 1 week right here. You guys see? All right, you see all this stem root right here. All right, so you can see 2 of this stem right here. Look how much good root that's on. Alright, so now you can get this and start planting it into your pot. So all you need to do now is get a pot of soil like this, and then make an indentation, a hole, and just put it in. gonna dig it deeper. So once you planted this in a pot, it's going to continue to grow. Alright guys, so after you put it in the pot, make sure to give it some good watering, right? And then I'm just going to continue to put this on the heat mat because I want the root system to continue to grow and get stronger, so that way in the summer I can plant it directly in the ground. Alright guys, so that's how you propagate dragon fruit from cuttings, and it's pretty simple and easy if you follow these methods. Alright, and I bet you guys gonna ask like, okay, how long am I going to get fruit if I started from the cuttings? In general, it will take around 2 years, but there are people who got it from like, you can get this thing to get fruit from 8 months to 2 years and whatnot. So it's all about depend how you take care of it and where you live. So if you're in like the tropical climate area, right, for sure you can get this thing to like fruit in like 8 months and under a year and whatnot. Alright, and from my experience is that when I grew this from cutting in the past, it took me around like 2 to 3 years to start to fruit because there are certain ways you have to do to induce your dragon fruits to start to produce flower and then fruit it. So, and it has to reach certain maturity as well. So like I say, it's based on like what climate you are living in. So for sure you can get this thing to fruit under 1 year if you're in a tropical climate. And that's pretty much it guys. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to hit the like and the subscribe button. And also check out the merch shop as well, it's in the description below. And I will see you guys on the next video.